आपका जहां तक सवाल है पाकिस्तान को लेके, ईरान को लेके कल जो हुआ, उसमें हम लोगों ने अपनी प्रेस रिलीज जारी की थी। उसमें हम लोगों ने कहा था कि ये मामला तो ऐसे पाकिस्तान और ईरान का है, लेकिन जहां तक आतंकवाद का सवाल है वहां पर हम लोगों ने अपनी बात की पुष्टि की है। तो मैं यहीं पर इस बात को यही खत्म करना चाहूंगा। कादम्बनी जी, ये जो पाकिस्तान का मामला है, ईरान का मामला है, इसमें हम लोग कोई कमेंट देना नहीं चाहते, ये उनका अपना मामला है। रिगार्डिंग Maldives, Siddhant, you would have seen that on 14th we had a meeting of the core group. In the core group, we had detailed discussions on several aspects of the bilateral relationship. We also made available what was discussed in the meeting through a press release. And then in that press release, we mentioned that both sides held discussions on finding mutually workable solution to enable continued operation of Indian aviation platforms that provide humanitarian and medvac services to the people of Maldives. The next meeting is to be held in India to take discussion forward. So that is where the situation as far as Maldives is concerned is. Uh, Parikshit, on your question in regard to what's happening in the Red Sea area, we have made our position very clear. It's a matter of concern to us. We give a lot of importance to freedom of navigation and freedom of commerce in that region. Whatever is happening there not just impacts us, but impacts the economic interests and several other interests of so many people across the world. So that is where we are. We are closely monitoring the situation and looking at the unfolding situation with a constant watch. Aishi, regarding your question on Maldives, we have whatever was discussed was put out in the press release. That is where the situation actually stands. It is an ongoing process. As I told you, both sides held discussions on finding mutually workable solutions. So you must look at that to enable continued operation of Indian aviation platforms that provide humanitarian and medvac services to the people of Maldives. And this is an ongoing discussion, so things will go forward, or things will be discussed in the next meeting of the core group subsequently soon. Ishi, regarding the regarding the consular access, yes, our ambassador along with our embassy officials met uh, the 8 detained. Uh, as we had conveyed to you last time, the legal team is looking into the appeal aspect. There is a period of 60 days within which they have to file this appeal. So on 28th December, the Court of Appeal had given their verdict. Now the matter is to go to the Court of Secession, which will be decided by the legal team. So that is where it is. We still have some time. The consular access we had, our ambassador went and met and looked after their well-being, and that is where it is. Pia, on your question regarding does India support South Africa's case against Israel? Look, our position on Israel-Gaza issue has been very clearly articulated on multiple occasions. Uh, our position is on the conflict, the Israel-Hamas conflict, is that it has been consistent and steadfast. We have condemned terrorism. We have called for release of hostages. We have sought protection of civilians. And we've called for provision of humanitarian assistance. And of course, we stand for a long-term two-state solution. So this is India's position, and this is the position that we support. Srinjay, regarding the question regarding drones, etc., as we do not have, this is what we are hearing from you, but this is something that does not pertain to the Ministry of External Affairs, so I don't have any comments to offer at this point in time. Uh, these are very specific issues. I would say that if you could uh, uh, take these questions to the relevant ministries or relevant departments. Uh, On the question of Red Sea and discussion in Iran when External Affairs Minister had visited, you would have seen he made a detailed press statement, joint press statement while he was there. This issue of Red Sea and Gulf of Aden, the violence there, the destabilized nature of things there was discussed, and we are deeply concerned about the whole situation. Um, it does impact not just us, but it's an important shipping lane for not just India but for the world. So we have our own interests there which are being impacted. But at the same time, we have the Indian Navy which is patrolling the area. They're trying to secure the sea lanes and do their best so that our economic interests are not impacted. Uh, एमरसन, आपका सवाल हिंदी में आपने अंग्रेजी में पूछा था, हिंदी में पूछा था? So on Taiwan, our position is that we have taken note of the recent developments in Taiwan. India has strong and growing people-to-people ties, cultural, educational, trade, and investment links with Taiwan. Government of India facilitates these exchanges and looks forward to continuing them for shared prosperity and development. Suhasini, regarding your question on labor mobility, we have mobility partnership with several countries across the world, and we have an agreement now with Israel as well. The agreement itself started long before the conflict erupted. We concluded it, initialed it much before. Um, the idea behind this agreement was that we put in place an institutional mechanism for which regulates migration to that country. We already have a large number of people, especially in the caregiving sector, in Israel. Um, and we want to, through this agreement, we want to ensure that there is regulated migration and the rights of the people who go there are protected. Insofar as the question of putting Israel on the list uh, of ECR countries so that they come and e-migrate is concerned, let me tell you that labor laws in Israel are very strict, robust. It's an OECD country, so therefore labor laws are such that it provides for protection of migrant rights, labor rights. On our part, of course, we are very conscious of our responsibility to provide security and safety to our people who are abroad. Uh, when when the conflict erupted in Israel, you saw that we launched Operation Ajay so that we could evacuate all those people who wanted to come back from there. Having said that, we remain committed to safe and legal mobility and migration of our people. विंसेंट जी, विनीत जी, आपका सवाल खाड़ी को लेके है, आपका सवाल लाल सागर को लेके है। ये तो चिंताजनक बात है जो वहाँ हो रही है, और इससे हमारे जो आर्थिक इंटरेस्ट हैं उस पर फर्क पड़ता है। ये खाड़ी का क्षेत्र जो है, इससे दुनिया का एक महत्वपूर्ण एक कमर्शियल लाइन है, एक शिपिंग लाइन है, सी लेन है। तो वहाँ जो गतिविधि चल रही है वो चिंताजनक है, और इससे हम लोग इस पर निरंतर अपना नज़र बनाए हुए हैं। और हमारे जो अपने नौसेना बल के जहाज जो हैं, वहाँ पर हमारे जो भी हमारे जहाज वहाँ चलती है, कमर्शियल वेसल्स, उसको किस प्रकार से सुरक्षित करें, इस पर लोग तत्पर काम कर रहे हैं और वहाँ लगे हुए हैं। Kaushik, to your question regarding the matter being raised specifically or not, you see, all aspects of importance, of regional importance and global importance were discussed. Maritime security, what's happening in Red Sea area, what's happening with the security of the area, they were discussed. It is very difficult to say that these specific things were discussed or not. I don't know, but all aspects of mutual concern to both countries were discussed. Nainima, regarding your projects in Maldives, obviously the core group meeting happened on 14th. On our part, we remain committed to our projects to take them forward. Uh, we have been an important development partner of Maldives. We remain committed to doing all things that we can do as a development partner of Maldives in keeping with their priorities. So that is where I leave it. Shubhajyoti, your question was regarding Bangladesh. Um, Elections were held recently. Uh, we the verdict came out. People of Bangladesh voted in a particular uh, fashion. Prime Minister congratulated Sheikh Hasina on the victory. As far as law and order is concerned, these are issues that pertain to Bangladesh. It's for them to take things in their stride. Ganesh, your question regarding delegation to Davos. Now, when we have state governments and other government people going abroad, obviously political clearance is given by the Ministry of External Affairs. अखिलेश जी, आपका सवाल अयोध्या को लेके था। इसके बारे में हम लोग पहले ही बताया था कि अयोध्या का जो कार्यक्रम है उसके होस्ट वहाँ के ट्रस्ट हैं। तो कौन विदेश से आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है उनको ज़्यादा पता होगा, और उनका ये आधिकारिक क्षेत्र है। उसमें किनको बुलाएं नहीं बुलाएं। जहाँ तक विदेशों में इसको दिखाने की बात है, उस पर भी मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा कि ये जो कार्यक्रम है, ये ट्रस्ट जो है इसको ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहा है, और मैं यहीं पर बात को रखना चाहता हूँ। की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, ये तो वो कह रहे हैं कर रहे हैं ना, वो कर रहे हैं, होस्ट उसके वो है, तो वो देखेंगे उस पर किस प्रकार से करना है, इसको आगे ले जाना है। To answer your question, Indian Navy is doing patrolling in the region to secure the lanes. They are there to protect Indian shipping lines, of course. But at the same time, today also there was a report that they reached out uh, to a ship that was flagged, that had a flag of some other country. So they are also providing support to ships of other countries as well. That is where it is. On the question of advisory, this is a very technical, very specific issue. I don't have any update on that, so I'll come back to you subsequently.
Vessels that have been rescued, or a clarion call has gone out to the Indian Navy. They have all contained Indian nationals. Indian nationals were aboard all those specific incidents.
I don't have very specific details in regard to that, but obviously they have responded to several calls. Gautam ji, your question regarding visit of Foreign Minister of Bangladesh. On our part, of course, these visits, any such visits we announce at an appropriate time when the time comes. We have seen some reports in that regard. So you'll come to know more about the details, etc., as we come closer to the date. Manas, regarding your question on Pakistan, Iran, Pakistan. Yesterday, we gave a statement which was very clear what our position is on that particular issue, our position on terrorism, and on the question of today's Pakistan's strikes. We don't want to make any comment. What is your question on Maldives? You're asking too many questions at the same time.
What kind of workable solution that we are looking at? And Maldives has very clearly said that Indian troops will have to just come back.
So, as I told you, first core group meeting happened on 14th. The second meeting is to happen soon, hopefully, in India. These are discussions which are ongoing. We should not prejudge the outcome of it. So, hopefully, both sides will come to some sort of understanding. जयप्रकाश जी, हाँ, आपका सवाल वही ईरान को लेके था, ईरान पाकिस्तान को लेके था। हाँ, तो उसमें ये है कि जो हम लोगों ने कहा है कल के हमारे अपने जो प्रेस रिलीज विज्ञप्ति जो निकाली थी, उसमें जो हम लोग ने कहा है वही हमारा पोजीशन है। उसके आगे मैं कोई कमेंट करना नहीं चाहूंगा इस मुद्दे पे। प्रेसिडेंट माक्रोन का भारत में इंतजार है, लेकिन उनके प्रोग्राम का क्या स्वरूप है वो अभी तय नहीं हुआ है। जब तय होगा तो आपको बताया जाएगा, आपसे साझा किया जाएगा। Sudhi, regarding your question on Arabian Sea and Red Sea, what's happening, our position has been very clear. We are looking at the unfolding situation there. We are concerned about what's happening, the deterioration in the security situation. Our Navy vessels, Navy ships are there patrolling the area, and they are trying to do their best to secure the Indian shipping lines and also giving support to others. So that is where we are. We are looking at the unfolding situation. We are not part of any multilateral arrangement as of now. Abhishek, your question was on BRICS expansion. As you know, the last BRICS summit was held in Johannesburg, where 6 members were admitted. Uh, there is established procedure in the BRICS system of working on how to get more members to join. It is a matter which the group decides. It is a matter which is for the group member BRICS member countries to take forward. Who becomes a member, when it becomes a member, is a question which the established procedure uh, will be. I mean, the group BRICS member countries will be looking at as and when the time comes. The question on Hindu from the Hindu was on similar lines as Sudhi. So I hope it answers your question as well.
Just a bit on Cape of Good Hope and the Red Sea. So, would you want that for the time being only this route should be used and the Red Sea best avoided?
See, the situation is precarious, is risky in the Red Sea area, this area. I understand that there are international shipping lines which are taking the Cape of Good Hope. That obviously is impacting the flow of commerce, is delaying commerce. It is impacting interests of people across the world. It is impacting availability of products and services, delaying things. So that is where it is. But that Cape of Good Hope route is open for anybody and everybody who wants to use it. The situation is a little is risky in this part, closer to the Red Sea, closer to Gulf of Aden, Arabian Sea, etc. So, Huma, regarding the visit of the President of the UN General Assembly, that visit will be announced as and when we get more details. Obviously, the agenda of the visit also will be known to you or will be shared at an appropriate time. Samira, regarding your question, look, the situation in the region, Red Sea and Gulf of Aden, is we have seen all that has happened, uh, all that is happening. We are keeping a close watch at the unfolding situation. That is where I would like to leave it. Priya, regarding the visit that you asked, you know, both India and Maldives, we've remained engaged always to facilitate high-level engagements whenever high-level engagements are in the offing, with a constructive agenda on mutually convenient dates and timelines. So I will leave it at that. Both sides remain engaged to facilitate high-level engagements with a constructive agenda on mutually convenient timelines. विनीत, जहां तक चीन का सवाल है, पिछले भी प्रेशर में हमने कहा था कि हमारे रिलेशन जो हैं वो नॉर्मल नहीं है। हमारे विदेश मंत्री ने कहा है कि ये नॉर्मल नहीं है, और दो तरीके से जो हम चाहते हैं कि जो बॉर्डर एरियाज पे शांति का माहौल बने, इसके लिए हम लोगों ने एक दो तरीके से पहल किया है। एक है कि मिलिट्री टू मिलिट्री लेवल पे बातचीत चल रही है, और दूसरा है कि राजनयिक लेवल पे बात चल रही है, डिप्लोमेटिक लेवल पे बात चल रही है। अक्टूबर के महीने में पिछले साल और नवंबर के महीने में पिछले साल हम लोगों ने ये बातचीत की, ताकि हम लोग आने वाले दिनों में ये मीटिंग्स और आगे जाएंगी और देखा जाएगा किस प्रकार से हम लोग स्थिति को बेहतर कर सकते हैं। तो मैं इस सवाल को यहीं पर रखना चाहूँगा, विशेष टिप्पणी नहीं देना चाहूँगा कि जो आपने जो सवाल पूछे, मतलब जो स्पेसिफिक जो बातें कही। सॉरी,
Can you repeat the answer in English, please?
for this one. So on India-China relations, we had made ourselves, in the last presser also this question had come up. Our external affairs minister has made it clear that relations are not normal. Presently we are engaged both diplomatically and militarily. We have talks at the military to military level and diplomatic at the diplomatic level. In the months of October and November last year, we had these talks to take things forward. We'll have the next round of military and diplomatic talks later, as and when both sides agree to convene them. So that is where we are.